Hello Nigerians. I'm sure you know about Okrika. When I was at Nsukka, there was no shop where you could get ready-made dresses or whatever cloth you want. We just go to the seamstress or the tailor for the men, and then there will be a lot of books, catalogs, old catalogs gathered from here and there. You choose your style, you look at the pictures, you decide to mix and match, and in the end you say, okay, that's the one I want, and then you choose a cloth. There are lots of balls of cloth lined up in this shop. You choose the one you want. There again, either make uniform or mix and match, and then the tailor or seamstress will take your measurements and then say, okay, it can be ready in 4 days or 1 week, and you come back and get it. And the children used to get a change of clothes like that at Christmas. So on Christmas Day, all the children would come with their new dresses, new trousers, new tops. Very happy. But then, Okrika started developing. It was just a place in the market, a stall, that was having piles and piles on the floor, piles of clothes that were coming from the West, second hand, but in good shape, in good, good quality. And so people loved it because, first of all, it was very colorful, and people were not used to that kind of cloth style. It was colors that you couldn't get locally. It was styles that you couldn't get locally. It was unused recently. It was unknown previously. You were assured of getting one of a kind. No one else would wear that because you bought it from Okrika. And above all, in the subconscious mind, people were boasting that they were dressing up like the West. That kind of sick mind that makes you believe that what comes from the West is better. What comes from the West is chic, is to be desired far above all that would be local. And so Okrika was a permanent danger of killing the trade. Have you ever thought about it? When you buy Okrika, you are killing the trade. All the seamstresses and tailors will have less clients, and it will not be something that will make you special and set apart. Are you aware that the West admires the local attires of Nigerians? They take them in picture, they just admire them, and you follow sheepishly things that were produced elsewhere and discarded. And discarded, my friend. So I want to encourage you. Don't go for Okrika. Don't go for second hand when there is first hand. And obviously, if the first hand was so costly, I could understand you go for Okrika. But in that case, Okrika was not that cheap. And if you look at the internet, you find that Okrika is also called thrift shopping. To shop or buy used goods in a store that specializes in second-hand merchandise. We could understand. People do this here, yes. In the UK, I buy a lot of second-hand, but it's because they are far cheaper. And so when I don't have a lot of money, I prefer that. But it's not because I prefer second-hand. It's just affordable. And we know that the roots of Okrika culture in Nigeria are written as coming from the 15th century with the first contacts of the Europeans. And over time, traders, missionaries, and colonizers introduced Western clothing to the continent and kind of encouraged and sometimes forced people to wear it, thinking that it's more decent, but it's not. And maybe that some of you that grew up elsewhere don't even know the difference between the tying of the wrapper done by men and that of women. Men and women traditionally wear wrapper, both of them, but they tie it completely differently. So now, that embrace of Western clothing has become more pronounced. When I was in Nigeria, girls never wore trousers at Nsukka. It was badly resented. My people in the village were saying that it was an abomination, right from the Bible that says that a woman shall not wear a man's dress. But obviously you can argue that women's trousers are different. But the jeans were unknown. But then, some 15 years ago, I went to Lagos, to Unilag, and I found that on campus, the women were just wearing trousers, especially jeans. And that was part of saying, I'm modern, you know? So, don't go for second hand if you can afford first hand. And proudly wear your local dress before you are shut out of that market. So, bless you.